GM. It is February 9th, 2025. Take a look at Bitcoin today. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Take a look at Solana. Take a look at what's going on in the markets. The majors. We shall see. On Bitcoin here, the market structure is bearish. The bands are bearish and the ribbon is bullish and wide. We are still stuck in this sideways range that we've been in for a couple months now, ever since Trump got confirmed as the next president. It's pretty much gone sideways ever since then, and I expect it to continue to do so. The past week, we've had slightly up and down. Yeah, we're pretty much just below where we started at the beginning of the week. We look at the weekly chart here. We'll see. Yeah, so far this week, we're down 1.5%. That's pretty indecisive week overall. Looking at the daily chart, we've had a bunch of upper wicks as price keeps getting sold into every time it tries to run up. This is a large wick to the downside here, and those big wicks tend to get filled. Even this one here, when is it getting filled? Like 21 days later it took to come back and fill it. So this one here, or started to come in and fill 15 all the way down to 25 days. So I do expect this to get tested. This 100 period moving average here does seem to be a magnet for price. It's a good place to look for some support underneath. We go down to the 4-hour chart. We shall see here. We are bearish in structure on the 4-hour as well. The bands are bearish. The ribbon has now finally flipped bearish. And price keeps rolling over lower and lower and lower, filling in this inefficiency of this big move here. We had an inefficient move down and an inefficient move up. So down that tends to come. Let's put a line here. Right there. We'll call that the... Right there, we'll call that the 100. Make sure that's being shown everywhere. So we can come down to the 4-hour and see where that is. There's our 100 level right there. So that very well could be a good place to tag on the 4-hour. Gonna watch in that area there. That alert. Let's go. 100 tag right there. So if we come down and touch it, I'll get an alert saying, hey, pay attention. It's a good place for a bounce. All right, let's look at Ethereum here. As always, weaker than Bitcoin. Bearish bands. Bearish structure. Neutral ribbon. Our first level to reclaim is this daily market structure level, really the 2800 level, which has acted as support and resistance for the last long while, all in here. So I don't expect much for Ethereum. Ethereum's big long wick of inefficiency here, that was wild. I don't really know if that whole thing is going to fill in, because that was such an extreme move. But I do believe that we can come back down, test this daily block here. Down, Ethereum. As prices slowed down, the bands are slowly catching up. So let's take a look at the 4-hour chart here. It is more of the same. We do seem to be a bit weaker than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is holding up versus this level here. Ethereum making lower lows. These bands here in Ethereum 4-hour are much wider and bearish than they are on Bitcoin. which have just flipped bearish and are not wide. Let's take a look. Right in there. We'll see what Ethereum holds. But although today is a stronger day, Ethereum versus Bitcoin, nothing but down. It is a pretty nice bottom wick on this week's wick, though, on this chart. Let's see how it is holding up again because of Ethereum's violent sell-off. Still not interested in ETH versus Bitcoin. Solana. Because of the big, huge run when Trump released his coin. Nice topping candle there. Pull all the way back down to right where the move started. But that gave us a bullish market structure. The bands are bearish. The ribbon is bullish, but we're chopping through it back and forth. Holding the yellow trend line still. Tried to break down through it. No dice. Right there. You can see the interim structure on the daily is bearish. High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And seems to be making a lower high. So we are in the bottom of this consolidation here. And this whole consolidation, if you could call it, from here, to there. We're still in between the boxes. And we probably will hold until it doesn't. The way things tend to go. Going down to the 4 hour here. Still respecting the blue trend line. The bands are trying to flip bullish, but it's coming down to retest them from above. The ribbon is bearish, and the market structure is bullish on this time frame as we have flipped up. Now, if these bands can hold and reclaim and break this trend line here, that's when I could see some nice trades happening in Solana. We have a area of interest right here. Oh, wrong level. Right there. There's our area of interest that we need to break above from a market structure level over time after we break through that trend line. Let's take a look at Solana on the weekly versus Bitcoin. Having a pretty much flat day. Weekly market structure is bearish on Solana versus Bitcoin. We can go, we'll set that up as a weekly break of structure. Change that to some green there. There we go. Bands are bearish. That's not a good sign. The bands are being bearish on the weekly time frame. Higher time frames are stronger signals, so it doesn't really look good for Solana as it tried to reclaim the bands and failed. So in this case, I'm still not interested in Solana, although we are holding this sideways range still. We've been in for a year. But I don't know. I'm not really interested in it until this blue trend line breaks, until we're out of the top of this range, at which time Solana has a chance to run up at least to the highs, which that's a solid, 50% gain on your Bitcoin. I'm not willing to really play in the Solana game until then for my long-term bags. For trading's a different story. Like I said, trading for Solana here, I'm interested if we can get above, break a structure on the 4 hour and run up until this market structure level here as we break over the trend line. And that's the way it is. Weekends tend to be slow. So we've got another 10 hours left on today's candle. So if you take a look at, say, Mondays, which is in 10 hours, you can see some action here. Let's take a look on Bitcoin. We're going to go back to Bitcoin for this. We're going to take a look at say Monday at 0. What do? We dump right off Monday on the 0 right here. So let's go to next Monday 0. We dumped. Nice volatile move right off of the weekly open, and away we go. Take a look at the next Monday. Again, volatile moves. Monday open, run up, rejection, big sweep down. Take a look at the next Monday. Right there. Opposite, volatile moves. Volatile moves have been happening right on the weekly open as traders try to get positioned for their what they think is going to happen over the next week. We have a violent sell-off and then a massive run on that Monday. Take a look at the next Monday. Look at the violent moves all the way down, all the way up. Can't decide which way it wants to go. Big moves. Go one more. Right there. Big sell-off right off the open. Then a big move up over the next couple days. Day and a half. So even on this one, right here, this is when we were right at the bottom. Right there. Right at the bottom, and we had a big, huge pump up first thing on Monday. Big volatility. So where can we go on this one this week? Let's see here. We're gonna go take a mark right there. Couple bars away. Now, as I said, the 100 is a good area to take a look at for some support. So we could have, oh, let's get rid of that. That's not the right drawing. Could have, who knows where we're going to be in the next couple hours, couple candles here. Could have a nice run down, bounce up. Could be a beautiful play up off of that. So I'm going to watch for that. I'm also going to see if we have a run up. Then I would also expect a reversal back down to continue on with this 4-hour trend that we're having. Some levels to look at there. Very well could be right in this level right here. 98 level. See, it tagged it here. Even if you stretch it back, you can see in the past that this area has worked as resistance, 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 support, support. Pretty important level. So if we have a volatile move up, there very well could be a good place to short. We'll color that one red, and we can do the same thing here. Come down, tag that with a big reversion to the mean, which is pretty much where we are right now. So just some trade ideas, some things to look at. GM.